2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. For Chicago, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And we've always known that Kawhi Leonard is an amazing defender, but we've seen him grow on the offensive end the past few seasons. Just how good can Leonard get as a scorer, Kenny?
Well, because of his ability to shoot the three now, and, that challenges, he could challenge for the scoring title. And, he has strong finishes inside.
He's the best player on the San Antonio Spurs team. Kudos to Popovich for saying, Tim Duncan, Ginobili, thank you, but Kawhi, you are the man now.
That's it for us here as we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
We're in the place they call the United Center in Chicago, the home of the Bulls, where today we'll be broadcasting live. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Well, it was the Chicago Bulls in their last game, a loss to the Raptors in Toronto, and just couldn't finish strong. They took a 4-point loss in that one.
A poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Or selfishness. This is what happens when you don't make the extra pass. Your field goal percentage can go south.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, Kevin, Kawhi Leonard has been a great defender from day one, but he has developed into an elite offensive player as well. Now, Greg Popovich says he basically tells me what he wants to do now. He knows he has a green light. I think that's the difference. He's more confident, more aggressive, more hungry to score than in the past. Kevin?
And they need him to be that way, D.A. Thank you, especially after Tim Duncan's retirement and Manu and TP getting older. This is Kawhi's team now, for sure. And in the early part of the season, a lot of players, Chris, are just trying to get into the rhythm of the season. When did you feel like the NBA season truly was in full swing for you?
For me, it had to be in full swing day one. I had to be ready because I was playing against the best at my position, and I wanted to establish myself as the best at my position. And so that's why I think that I tried to have an advantage over other players. Where guys were trying to get a rhythm, I made sure that I used the preseason for that because I wanted to come into the beginning of the season gangbusters, knowing you're going to have your ups and downs during the season, but this is not something where you could just warm your way up into the season. You better come out ready to go, or you're going to be trying to find your rhythm all year long.
That's a good message all players should hear. And the starting group for the Spurs. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Parker and Green are the guard set. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. They set the pick. Green against Levine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Unable to get that one. And the Spurs going the other way now, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And that was a stinker. That's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
And they tried to adjust, but every play they ran got countered by a better one.
And here is Grant following the three-pointer by Tony Parker. Grant kicks to Portis. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Now here's Leonard. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
And he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
And Chicago has possession. It's a 3-point game. Mirotic with it. Leonard picks him up. Levine wide open. Drains the three-pointer. Levine's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Parker dishes to Gasol. Leonard against Levine. Out to Parker. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Here's Lopez, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Pass to Gasol. Outside Leonard. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Outside Gasol. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
And Gasol didn't always have the perimeter shot, but in the latter stages of his career, he has really developed that.
Grant the pass to Portis. Back to Grant. Bulls moving the ball around. There's a screen. Lopez kicks to Levine. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Spurs leading by 3. Inside. Stolen by Levine. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's his first foul. The Bulls have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Green against Levine. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Levine's got 5.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down. And LaMarcus Aldridge really possesses tremendous shooting touch when you consider this guy's basically a 7-footer, and he's increasing that range. Last season, up over 40% from 3.
One shot.
And that one falls for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Aldridge doesn't shoot a ton of threes, yet he still earns his keep in that mid-range.
Yeah, on that left block, back to the basket, and with his size, that turnaround Jay is just about unstoppable.
Now here is Mirotic. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
And the Spurs with possession here. The Bulls getting the bucket. Green dishes to Parker. Green, the screen, puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
They push it up, 4 on 3. Shot on the wing. They get it again. Back to Grant. A second chance effort, and the shot goes in. Grant's got his second basket of the night. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. Feeds to Aldridge. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Oh, just a solid screen to free him up. Makes the layup possible.
Levine against Green. Now here's Levine. He's guarded closely. Just 5 to shoot. A rebound by the Spurs.
He keeps battling, but so far this quarter, he hasn't been able to get it going.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Bulls have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. The wide open look here for Lopez, and it's Gasol with the rebound. San Antonio's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Count that one.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now here's Grant. Here's the screen. Levine against Gasol. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Green. Leonard attacking. Another shot. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Mirotic the screen. Off the pick. And finished off by Mirotic.
Well, Mirotic decides to go strong to the hole, taking long strides to the basket. He's so hard to cover.
Spurs leading by 4. Parker passes to Green. Right side Aldridge. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And that's now 7 points for Aldridge. Bulls have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, interconference matchup. Two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
And that makes it interesting. They don't know each other all that well, so we should see a lot of in-game adjustments.
And Danny Green, undrafted out of North Carolina. He's been a linchpin of the Spurs' great defense over his career.
You know, 6'6" with that 6'10" wingspan. This is a guy that can block shots like a big man, guards 3 positions, and one of the guys that we call the prototype when you talk about that 3 and D wing play.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Dunn kicks to Holiday. Markkanen in the corner. Here's Felicio, defended by Laverne. A shot by Holiday, nobody around, and it's off from 3-point range. Mills dishes to Laverne. Ginobili the pass to Laverne. Felicio with the rebound.
Wow, he just does everything right there except hit the layup.
Dunn kicks to Felicio. Here's Markkanen. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
I'm not sure if he was trying to show off or what, but he made an easy shot 10 times more difficult by fading away.
Anderson the screen. And Mills kicks to Ginobili. Over Valentine. Here's Laverne. And Laverne throws it down.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
But guys, the defense knows he has this ability, correct? Yet no one thinks to put a body on him? Incredible.
Here's Holiday following the bucket by the Spurs. He feeds it to Dunn. Here's Valentine. Drills it from outside. Valentine's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
The D with some heavy feet out there. I mean, too slow to rotate. Nobody communicating. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Ginobili dishes to Mills. Gay kicks to Ginobili. They set the pick. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And Ginobili, he's like a whirling dervish when he's driving inside. Just kind of glides his way to the basket.
Now, here's Dunn. He had 15 points last outing. Outside Holiday. Laverne grabs the miss. Spurs leading by 7. Gay left side. Stolen by Markkanen. Now, here's Valentine. He's covered by Ginobili. Valentine with it. Just 5 on the clock. The tray. The Bulls get it back in a new 24. Here's Markkanen. It's deflected.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Kicks it out to Ginobili. Fires from deep. Back to Anderson. 1:51 left in the first quarter. There's the pick. Markkanen pulls it in.
A hand right in his face on the layup. Excellent defense that time in the paint.
And Holiday kicks to Markkanen. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Markkanen's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Mills passes to Gay. Anderson the screen. Back to Mills. Passes it to Gay. 13 feet away. And the shot no good, a bit short. Bulls trail by 4. 1:07 left to play in the first. Here's Valentine. Laverne grabs the miss. Laverne's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Ginobili can't hit.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Ginobili's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Dunn dishes to Markkanen. Dunn kicks to Felicio. There's the double team with Ginobili. Here's Dunn. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Here's Anderson, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Chicago. And the Spurs, Greg, one of the best defensive teams in the league for 2 seasons running.
And it's really all about execution. They seem to just move in concert and stay connected. No silly fouls, and with their length, nothing easy inside.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws.
And for so long, the Bulls really were synonymous with the best defensive teams in the league. But as a team, they've started to slip the last few years. It's something that has been lost while this team kind of retools for the future.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. But they'll get another chance. There's a good screen. Markkanen in the corner. From outside, off the mark. Fires the 3, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back to the action after this word. And the San Antonio Spurs have really popularized that unselfish offensive style of play. Manu Ginobili talked about their Spurs approach.
Attack and find the open teammate, not try to solve problems by ourselves. It's something that we've never done, and every time we did it, it's not us.
There's a lot to be said for knowing, Greg, who you are and what your game plan is, and there may be no other team that gets that better than the San Antonio Spurs.
And Kevin, it helps to have that core of Manu and Tony there as the foundation, and coaches on the floor for each new wave of players that have come through the Spurs organization.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Yeah, closing down the lane, closing out on perimeter shooters. Interesting first quarter.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Mills and Manu at the guards. Laverne out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Anderson in at the small forward position. One-on-one fast break, offensive rebound, and that one's good by Gay. Gay's got his first basket of the night.
Oh my goodness, the speed of Gay is overwhelming for many defenders. He really uses both his size and his quickness in transition extremely well.
Connects from three-point range. And that's now 6 points for Denzel Valentine. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kawhi Leonard has become a go-to scorer, but his focus still starts at the defensive end. He said, my mindset is the same every game. Whoever I'm playing against, I go in and try to stop their best scorer and then try to get myself going on the offensive end. Kevin?
And David, that's what you get with Kawhi. Mr. Consistency, one of the best two-way players in the game. Chicago with the ball. Ginobili missing from long range.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Mills passes to Gay. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
And the wily athleticism of Gay helps him in these situations. Just so clever at finding ways to bury shots against defenders.
Dunn kicks to Holiday. Out to the right wing. Here's Dunn. And the Bulls get it back. Felicio will not go. This is off the front iron. San Antonio leading by 4. Ginobili dishes to Gay. Back to Ginobili. Gay in the corner from downtown. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Felicio's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Holiday, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Well, some big men in the league who are just superb at swatting away balls. Guys that you think right now are the best rim protectors, Chris, in the league.
Well, I think there's 3, and it's a no-brainer with these 3. I think one of the most intimidating, or the most intimidating, you have to go to DeAndre Jordan. He is the most athletic big man I've ever seen in my time in playing basketball. And with his length and his size, he can get up and block a shot quick. He can even get out there and guard some guards. We've seen him move laterally. Hassan Whiteside, this big fella has really improved his game, is really focused, gotten better in the offseason, and it's not something crazy to see him have a 10-block game. So I love seeing him. And then Rudy Gobert, we've seen him come on and become that inside dominant force for the Utah Jazz. So those 3 to me, really don't have one that stands out, but those 3 to me are the best on the defensive end when we're talking about big man defenders.
The Spurs offense, one of the most efficient in the NBA. It's all predicated, Greg, on motion.
And it's ball movement and player movement. They kind of want to warp the defense and force mistakes, and that's when they strike.
Now here's Green. He's coming off a 10-point game against Minnesota.
Well, Lopez is out there to set the tone defensively. I mean, he's a wily, strong defender who sends shots back with authority.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside. And Pau Gasol, one of the most skilled 7-footers this league has ever seen. Whether it's the low post, high post, flaring off picks, you want the ball in his hands.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago.
One shot.
Free throw good, Gasol. And Pau Gasol, a very good perimeter shooter, starting to stretch his range out beyond that three-point arc.
Yeah, his face-up game is becoming more and more prominent. Working from that elbow, he's become more of a triple threat. He can shoot it, drive it, and pass at a high level. And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
Parker kicks to Green. Dishes to Gasol. Aldridge a screen. Free throw line jump shot. Misses off the left iron. Bulls trail by 3. From past the arc. Here's Portis. And sticking right with it. Gets the foul with the bucket. And he'll go to the line.
Love the grit on the offensive glass. Those are just effort points.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
That one drops. He ties it up. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now Leonard. Back to Aldridge. Over in the corner, Green. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Green. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Well, this is just another case where being aggressive wins out.
Now here's Levine. 20 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Here's Mirotic. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Mirotic has got the game tied up here for Chicago.
Mirotic gets so high off the ground. It doesn't matter if you get a hand in his face. He still sinks these tough shots.
Aldridge a screen. Parker kicks to Green. Now the feed to Aldridge. Off the screen. The shot that time not on target. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Parker against Grant. There's the pass to Levine. Lopez a screen. Steps back and shoots. Levine can't hit. Spurs shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Green passes to Leonard. Here's Aldridge. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Lopez a screen. Portis kicks to Levine. Good on the baseline, Jay. Levine's got 9.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Leonard dishes to Parker. Leonard against Mirotic. Down low. And Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist from Leonard. That's now 8 points for Pau Gasol.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Grant the pass to Levine. He kicks it to Lopez. Levine against Green. Jumper off the screen. Again, Levine missing.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Yeah, that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And here is Grant. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Levine kicks to Mirotic. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's on Kawhi Leonard. And Mirotic, a player who hasn't made quite the jump in development that Chris, I think, his team was hoping for.
Yeah, Mirotic fans might have their expectations dampened a bit, but he's still a good player. He has one of the best pump fakes in the game because his shot is so good, but no idea how defenders keep falling for his pump fake. I mean, he uses it all the time.
And that one falls from Mirotic. Well, Chris, NBA players will go around to every arena at least once in a season. Does each arena have its own feel and look? And how does that impact players when they play on the floor? A depth perception from the basket to the last row. They've told me that every building feels different. Is that true?
Yeah, every building does feel different, but because every player is different, you know, it just depends on which guy and which arena. You know, I used to love Portland because it was dark in Portland and it felt warm in there. I don't know why. I mean, I can't really even explain that well, but I used to love playing in Portland. And I know some guys that have an arena that is bright, or they just love getting there, or maybe they just love that city. So a lot of times, I tell you what arena I really loved, and it was the first time I went to Boston Garden, because I just sat and I stretched on the floor, probably for the longest of any game, because I sat there and I touched the parquet floor and I got to look up at all the banners, and I, you know, kind of reading the banners there and who played there and what year they won, and tried to remember that team. And so there's some arenas that's just special because who's performed there, who's been there before you, and so every arena has a different feel.
That's a great answer. He got right to the cup using that screen. Aldridge has got 11 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Bulls trail by 3. Here's Grant. He has 7. Levine can't hit.
He had 1 3-pointer in the first, but still searching for that second.
Parker against Grant. Here's Leonard. Gasol. And Gasol able to finish. 10 points for him.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Bulls have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
There's no quitting Lopez, even when he's getting hammered. He finishes with this soft touch.
Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and, Greg, get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but, you know, that could change. He says he's working on a 3-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brook can make threes, it can't be that hard.
Maybe.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Now here's Parker. He has 5. Green kicks to Gasol. Aldridge a screen. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
A really strong second quarter in terms of scoring the basketball.
And last year, the Bulls, Greg, just didn't threaten anyone from outside.
I think a big problem has just been personnel. You know, some of the guys they brought in as shooters just really haven't panned out, and that lack of shooting from deep is why this offense can grow stagnant at times.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And the Spurs last season, how about setting the all-time record for consecutive winning seasons with 20? This is a group that's won 50 or more games in every one of those seasons, except the strike-shortened one in '99.
Spurs leading by 5. Outside Leonard. Down low. And there's the 3-second violation. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Spurs.
And they've got really good balance here. I mean, the 3-ball hadn't been the strongest weapon today for them, but I'd say keep the dose just about the same. Don't change the recipe. When you've got that open shot, you got to take it.
Chicago's gone for the 3-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. And, Greg, for the Spurs, they're so competitive. It's inevitable. They just win year after year.
Yeah, but that big 3 of Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, the all-time winningest trio in the history of our league, had a lot to do with it. And as that era comes to an end, they're doing a terrific job of just picking up new star talent without skipping a beat.
The Spurs have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Chris, the NBA game is a game of superstition. And even if you aren't superstitious, you still get into the habit of a routine. So what was your pregame routine that you had during your career, something that was there every night with you before a game?
Well, about superstitions, Kev, I have one superstition, and it might sound weird, but it was to not have a superstition. So I'm a guy that can get caught up in routine and things like that. So if I played a great game and I had something to eat, I wouldn't eat the same thing on purpose because I didn't want the superstition to control me. I wanted if for some reason I couldn't have the food, if for some reason I got to the game late, I never wanted that to be in my head. And so my thing was, since early in high school, I tried not to have a superstition. But in saying that, you do have a routine. And my routine as I got older was, before I get to the arena, I'd read the notes of the game and all that good stuff, and I'd just sit in the hot tub with my headphones on. I figured that that was the best way to get warm at an older age, and that's really the only thing I can remember relying on before a game, and that was in my older years.
Good story. Good story. Now, here's Valentine. He has 6. Down low, Markkanen, and Markkanen throws it down.
And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
Here's Mills. 9-point game his last outing. Anderson in the post. Second shot opportunity. Valentine grabs the board.
Yeah, good interior D there. Prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Here's Gay after the made shot from Zach LaVine. Here's Laverne, and he drops it in from the low post. Laverne's got his second basket of the game. Bulls trail by 4.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Yeah, this could come down to the correct play call, but let's see what they do right here.
There's the pick. Valentine kicks to LaVine. Elbow shot. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. LaVine's got 8 points here in this quarter.
But if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
Laverne dishes to Gay. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Felicio's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Dunn kicks to Felicio. And here's Anderson from the arc. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. It's San Antonio leading by just 2. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Kawhi, a big first half for you all offensively, but big first half for them, too. Any concern there?
They're still scoring pretty good, so we got to play better defense second half because we don't know if we're going to keep making the shots that we're making right now.
We'll see who can get some stops, Kawhi. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Pau Gasol has been getting it done. He had 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possessions. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball game.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Their shooting rhythm was off, under 40%. Some of that was shot selection. Some of it was the defense stepping up. My guess is we'll see some significant changes as things get going in the second half, increasing off-the-ball activity, making the extra pass, and trying to get better looks.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. And what about Pau Gasol? Chicago trailing here. We've got Robin Lopez. Portis is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Grant, and it's Levine in at the 2 guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And he can't bank that one in. Grant against Parker. Puts it up from 12. And the dunk by Aldridge.
And now this game is becoming a showcase for Aldridge. He's been out of control. A one-man team. Now it's just a matter of getting him the ball and getting out of his way.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
And that one falls for LaMarcus Aldridge. Bulls trail by 5. Now here's Grant. Lopez a screen. And stolen by Aldridge. The drive by Green. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker. Green's got 9 points.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
Grant the pass to Levine. Bangs home the trifecta. 16 points for him.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
Leonard dishes to Aldridge. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Lopez a screen on Green. And Levine, here we go. And Levine throws it down.
And this is why defensively you can't afford to let Levine get to the rim. Too much explosiveness.
Green the screen. Parker kicks to Aldridge. The dish now to Gasol. Good. And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
Oh, man, come on. Injuries like this can change the course of a game, even the whole season. Our thoughts and prayers are with him.
Laverne, he's checked in for San Antonio. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Grant against Parker. Kicks it to Levine. Here's the screen. Rocket 6. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And the length Lopez possesses is tough to combat. I mean, he uses his body well to draw contact on the way up. Well, and Robin Lopez, the big piece that came to the Bulls in the Derrick Rose trade. He's always been a solid center. Plays solid defense on the block and isn't lost when it's stretched out. He does a good job of protecting the rim as well.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good. And with Robin Lopez, a very imposing player on the court, but he's also one of the more colorful characters, Chris, in the league. A very, very funny guy.
Well, I don't know what happened with him and mascots as a kid, but he's been taking his revenge out on them his whole career. He brings a great vibe to the locker room, That helps with that team chemistry.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Lopez. Now, this guy, he's a reliable role player, a stiff defender, and an intelligent shooter as well.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs have never been the flashy team in the NBA. Tony Parker said beautiful basketball is playing the right way. Ball movement, pure, beautiful basketball is the way we've played. You have all sorts of fans, and there should be something for everybody. Kevin, he told me a long time ago, if we were in New York, people would love us.
And during Popovich's time in San Antonio, the Spurs have always played together, D.A. Got to respect their team-first approach to the game. The Spurs have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. No good on the free throw.
Well, the big story from the Bulls last offseason was trading Jimmy Butler. It had to be. He had strife with the front office, problems with players. Both sides seem to want to move on.
Chicago making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. And he's good on the second. Chris, as you said, the strength of this Bulls team last season came from Wade and Butler. And speaking of Wade, what better a player to act as a mentor for this team than Dwayne Wade?
Well, it's hard to get fair value for a guy like Butler. It was clear that Chicago needed to mix things up. Now, Levine, I really like his game. He can really help this team. And they, marketing, that's decent.
Lopez with the bucket.
Well, the arms of Lopez go on forever, which is why he's able to create for himself.
Parker against Grant. Parker drives in. And it's blocked by Mirotic. Holiday left side. Off target from outside. Spurs leading by 5. It's Ginobili outside. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 7th assist in the game. Bulls have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Lopez a screen. Parker against Grant. From 12 feet out. Second chance shot, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And Lopez is a long, wily guy. Remarkable at utilizing his size, especially inside, where he has the respect of the defense.
The Bulls have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That's good from Lopez. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, the Bulls last year were just dreadful from deep. I mean, they were one of the worst three-point percentages in the league. They just didn't have enough consistent shooters to spread the floor.
Here's Parker. Doesn't go that time. And the Bulls going the other way now.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. To the left wing. Outside Holiday. Over Ginobili. And that one comes up a bit short.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Fires the 3. And Laverne gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Bulls trail by 6. Holiday with it. They set the screen. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Aldridge.
If he'd been even halfway decent today, the score would be a lot different, but you can't get anything to fall.
Now Grant. He has 7. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Lopez a screen. Outside Holiday. Over Ginobili. Hits the front of the rim and out.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Levine.
This has been the kind of showing from him that everyone wanted to see. He's not going out of his way to force much, but when the shot is there for him, he hasn't hesitated 1 second to pull the trigger. Just a great night from the floor for him.
Spurs leading by 8. Parker outside. Here's Ginobili. Shoots over Mirotic. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And it's 9 points for Manu Ginobili.
He's feeling it this half. Total turnaround after a rough first half.
Chicago with the ball. Time now for an injury report. Now for an update on Pau Gasol from David Aldridge. Dave, what'd you find out?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Spurs gave us some info. He told me that the injury appears to be a strained Achilles. That is a bitter pill for them to swallow so early in the season. It clearly changes the look of this team going forward, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouping. Felicia's checked in for Lopez. Markkanen comes in for Portis. Valentine's checked in for Mirotic. And it's done in for Grant. Spurs also with the sub. Hayes checked in. Holiday. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Dunn. Some last season stats for him. Last season put up about 3 points a game. 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And clearly he's having a tough stretch here. But it's all about how you respond to the adversity. That'll be key.
Take a break.
Yeah, but we'll see if he has the mental toughness to turn it around. If not, they've got a few other guys ready to step up and start stealing some of those minutes.
And he makes the first. That one is no good.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And that one's good. Parker.
And when you give Parker room to work his magic down inside, he knows how to finish with style.
Dunn kicks to Holiday. He dishes it to Valentine. Pass to Markkanen. Beyond the arc. It's good from long range. Markkanen's got 11 points.
Oh, just a brick wall of a screen. Knocks the defender out of the play.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Over Holiday. Leonard, no luck. Bulls trail by 8. And here is Dunn. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Holiday. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And how about that? Snuck in off the baseline and then the sensational reverse.
How pretty was that? Athletic basketball with a little bit of flair mixed in. And as Rudy Gay enters the back half of his career, I would think that his role on a team will start to change, Chris. He always will be able to provide points. As we have seen with some vets, he could transition to being an elite 6th man.
Well, it's all about Gay's size. I mean, the Spurs saw that. He still has a lot to offer. That's why they made the move for him. They went hard after him. He's going to be another offensive option off that bench, and he brings athleticism to a team with not much athletic ability.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
I mean, the truth is, if you play long enough, sometimes you're going to have a bad quarter, even a bad game. I doubt that this shakes his confidence.
Parker inside from deep, and Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Parker. And it's 9 points for Kawhi Leonard.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
Here's Dunn. The shot from the low post is good. Dunn's got his first basket.
And the explosion to the hoop. Dunn finishing in style.
Parker passes to Gay. In the corner, it's Ginobili, screened by Parker. Ginobili dishes to Leonard, and stolen by Valentine. Pass to Markkanen. Can't cash in from close range.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Kicks it out to Gay. A three from Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing. Bulls trail by 11. Here's Valentine. Kept alive. Here's Felicio. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. San Antonio's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Ginobili kicks to Parker. Leonard inside, guarded by Holiday. A nice shot by Aldridge.
His mid-range game is what sets Aldridge apart from the other bigs in our league. He's about as accurate a shooter as you'll find among players with his size.
There's the pick. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Drains it from beyond the arc. Markkanen's got 14 points for the game.
Wow, that's his 4th 3 of the game. 2 in each half. He has just owned that line.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Justin Holiday. San Antonio also making some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Dunn passes to LaVine. There's 1:38 left to play here in the third. In the corner, it's Felicio. Here's Dunn. Rebounded by the Spurs. Left side, Anderson. Feeds to Aldridge. And Mills kicks to Gay. Over Markkanen. No good from Gay. Bulls trail by 13. LaVine inside the three-point line. The rebound by Anderson.
I don't care who it is. You can't leave him wide open from that range.
Here's Gay, and the bucket counts. Three-point chance here.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Rudy Gay suffered the injury last season, but was still a wanted man when free agency rolled around, Greg, and San Antonio got him.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs made a big offer for him, and Gay felt it was the right fit. Interesting to see how his role develops in San Antonio this year. Still, there's a feeling that he's got a lot left in the tank.
That's good from Rudy Gay.
And when it comes to athletic small forwards, Gay is the cream of the crop. An aggressive player whose reach really helps him on both offense and defense.
There's a good screen for three. LaVine. Again, LaVine missing.
just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Now here's Mills. D right on him. Aldridge a screen. Mills can't hit.
And barely anyone in the area, and still he whiffs on the bunny.
Levine for three. It's hauled in by Gay. Gay's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Mills. He feeds it to Gay. 1 second left, and that's not going to go. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on head coach Fred Hoiberg.
Keep fighting, fellas. All right, one possession at a time. All right, how are we going to do it? Take care of the ball. Make sure we're getting back in transition. A lot of game left. All right, we'll get it going here. We'll get it going.
Fred Hoiberg encouraging his players to live in the moment. Don't worry about the score right now. Just keep plowing ahead.
Great point. You can't undo what's already been done. Just deal with what you can control, which is the next possession.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. On the court for San Antonio, Mills teams up with Green in the backcourt. Anderson is out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Aldridge in at the 5 down low.
Well, he recorded just 1 turnover in the first, but since then, he hasn't been as effective holding on to the ball.
Some changes for Chicago. Lopez comes in for Felicio. And it's Jaren Grant in for Chris Dunn. Now here's Levine. Lopez a screen on Green. Here's Levine. Great D that time from Green.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Mirotic against Green. For 3, Levine. And no good that time. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Zach LaVine. And he knocks down the first one. Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. Laverne, he's checked in for the Spurs. And so he hits both. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Grant dishes to Lopez. Pass to Portis. Levine for 3. Second chance shot. Nice shot by Portis.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
And Laverne kicks to Green. Over Levine. And he overshot that one, missing. Bulls trail by 16. Grant, right side. It's stolen by Green. Lays it in off the breakaway.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Well, that's where they have the advantage tonight. They're just a better team in transition.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Now, here's Grant, covered by Mills. Gay comes over with a double team. Shot clock at 5. Here's Mirotic. And he banks in the layup. Spurs leading by 16. Mills passes to Green. Back to Mills. Uncovered. Mirotic grabs the miss. Chicago's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Levine can't hit.
Hard to tell if he's just lacking energy in the second half, but it does not look like he's himself out there.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
The length that Gay has poses so many issues for defenders, especially when he's going up with the shot.
And he makes the first. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Laverne. Rudy Gay hits them both. Chicago calls timeout. Nice game. Great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
Well, when the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg, they wanted him to revamp the offense. Hasn't exactly gone to plan as the Bulls have struggled on the offense under Hoiberg. However, the team has stayed competitive.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And with Hoiberg, he came in wanting to play a more perimeter shooting and up-tempo type of basketball. But the personnel, Chris, just hasn't been a good match.
And part of it is the front office getting players who can't really hurt you from deep. But Hoiberg's responsibility is to make the most of the talent on the roster. It hasn't been an easy path for him with this team's talent.
San Antonio leading by 18. Mills dishes to Anderson. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
What a play there, the hoop plus the harm.
You look back on the last 5 off seasons or so, Chris, and there are usually huge names that change teams. LeBron, Durant, the first names that come to mind. As you went through the free agency process, how much of an influence did your agent or any sponsorships play in your role in that decision in picking your new team?
Yeah, I think every relationship with the player and their agent is different. For me, I wanted to go back to the place that I felt that was loyal to me. I wanted to go back to Sacramento because there had never been a small market team. I felt a really small market team that won a championship. And I saw Karl Malone try for all of those years. I saw Stockton try for all those years. Reggie try for all those years. And so I really wanted to be one of the first to kind of bring that back to the city. So my agent, my shoe company, no one could have said anything to take me away from that. That was a personal mission that I want, and I knew what I was dealing with at that time. But I think for other guys, it's different. Some guys, you know, want more commercials. They like to be in a bigger market. Some guys don't want that, and they're happy to staying under the radar like a Tim Duncan as long as he's winning. So I think for every guy is different, and I really believe that you have to make that decision for yourself and your family first, because if you do that, then the fans wherever you go will be much happier because you want to be there. You're not just buying time there.
Gay kicks to Green. It's deflected. Green against Levine. Lopez right side. Mills with the steal. Gay right side. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Gay's got 4 points this quarter.
And Gay is surprisingly finessing the paint. A real offensive juggernaut.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
There's the pick. Levine with it. Just 5 on the clock. Trying to break. Look at that.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Green kicks to Gay. Aldridge a screen. Lobbed up there for Green. Lopez with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Levine with the ball. Here's Mirotic. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And the whistle blows as the basket counts in a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
Chicago making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. San Antonio also making some changes. Bertanis, he's checked in for Gay. Leonard comes in for Anderson. And Parker's subbed in for Patty Mills.
One shot. One shot.
That's good from Green. It's interesting to see the impact of technology on the game, too. I heard LeBron James. A lot of players now review footage on a tablet when they check out their play.
Well, yeah, you know, back in the older days, a lot of us went to the locker room and you would go in the room and watch it on video. So it's the same type premise. It's just that, you know, technology is better today. I mean, every guy wants to do it. You want to know what you're doing well, what you're doing wrong. You're all a coach on the floor. You're the quarterback, and LeBron especially is the quarterback of his offense. So it doesn't surprise me before that he's studying tape.
Aldridge, the pass to Leonard. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. Aldridge has got 3 assists tonight. Chicago's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Now Holiday. Shot off the screen. The second chance effort. Lopez, no luck.
No, that's just a quick move to the 10 and the even quicker reaction by the D to stop him.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. The Spurs making a switch here. Burns checked in. Good on the second free throw. Chris, traditionally, we've had the standard 1 through 5 spots on an NBA team, but it seems more and more GMs and coaches are going away from labeling a player to one of those spots. Positionless basketball. Are we going to see more of that? Is it going to work its way around to another level? How do you view that?
Well, I just think that the game is evolving, and I think right now you have to have a certain skill set to play, and that means you have to be able to dribble, pass, shoot, and defend. If you think about it, we had players that could just defend, couldn't dribble or throw a ball in the ocean. Well, that really can't work anymore, and you have to have players with the total skill set regardless of size. I do think, though, that you'll always have to have positions. I hated how we took the center out of the All-Star game. You never see in baseball, they say, it's okay, you don't have to have a center fielder. You could just put 2 left fielders in there. You still have to identify a position, and for the tradition and the honor of the game, I say we do that. But we got some pretty big guys and some pretty great guys. So what would you call Dirk Nowitzki? Is he a 5? He's 7 feet tall. Is he a 4? Is he a 3? It doesn't matter. He just has game. What do you call Kevin Durant? A 7-foot flamethrower? I mean, he's a center, a power forward. I don't know what you call him, but I know that size or positions are no more defined by height. They used to be defined by height. 7 foot and up centers, 6'9" and up power forwards. Now you have 6'9" and up point guards. So I love the fact that the game's evolving, but I think the 5 best players are just going to play, but you're going to have every single size because right now skill set is all you need.
On defense, San Antonio. Dishes to Levine. Back to Portis. The feed to Levine. 6 to shoot. Here's the screen. Grant. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Spurs leading by 21. Parker outside. Leonard kicks to Green. And here's Laverne. Leonard dishes to Parker. Green, the screen. Parker passes to Aldridge. Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Grant kicks to Portis. There's a screen. It's Levine atop the key. Again, Levine missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Now the pass to Green. Shoots from 14. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game. Chicago's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Moment here now for an injury report.
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with Chicago's head athletic trainer, and the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. Boy, losing a player like him right now, just a huge blow. They depend on this guy so much, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Fingers crossed, and hopefully it's nothing but good news from now on when David gives us updates on him.
Well, perhaps he believes that he'll be able to shoot himself out of this slump, but I don't see it. He needs to quit shooting those threes.
And Chicago shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Grant dishes to Levine. With the teardrop, the NBA coaching ranks always looked at and scrutinized. Only 30 great jobs out there in the league, and yet they're on the firing line, it seems like, every season. Chris, what enables head coaches, in your opinion, to be successful? And has that changed over the years?
Well, I think what allows you to be successful, first of all, what is your acumen for the game? Can you communicate? Can you inspire players? Are you a humble guy? And, you know, I think those are the main things that you have to, you know, have as a coach. But look, players get traded all the time. Everybody's under pressure. So, you know, just got to do your best and keep it moving.
And the first one drops.
And Tony Parker in his prime, one of the best slashing point guards this league has ever seen. Just an outstanding finisher amidst the tall players. And one season, how about he almost led the league in points in the paint, a surefire Hall of Famer.
Bertanis, he's checked in for the Spurs. Ginobili comes in for Danny Green.
And Parker just so skilled at marching his way to the stripe. He just has an endless amount of cunning moves that consistently frustrate the opposition.
Zipser kicks to Felicio. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And a bit of a down year for Tony Parker in 2017. His lowest three-point percentage in 5 years. Lowest free throw percentage in 9.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to see him hitting threes at a higher clip. The previous couple seasons, he shot it up over 40%. And a great way, I think, to boost his offense, even though he has slowed down a bit.
They get it back. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Markkanen, he's checked in for Quincy Pondexter. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Mills, he's checked in for Tony Parker.
One shot.
Going back to your playing days, Chris, you were drafted by the Magic but traded on draft day to the Golden State Warriors. If you had suited up for the Magic alongside Shaquille O'Neal, that would have been something.
Oh yeah, I would have tried to. You know, I think I would have been the first Westbrook. That was my goal. If I was playing with Big Shaq, just do your job, and I would have averaged a triple-double easily. I would have averaged a triple-double. When you look at Dennis Scott, that would have been on the corner, Big Shaq up top, and that pick and roll right there. You're going to have to guard me or him, and I didn't mind throwing it up to a big fella. I love seeing people dunk from alley-oop, so that would have been fun. I would have tried to have Shaq break a backboard every single night. But hey, can't go back in time, man.
The three from Bertans. It's good from long range.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for San Antonio.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Wow, he owned this game. He never stopped working. He did it all for them, and you can't help but admire that kind of effort.
There's the dish to Markkanen, past in Nwaba. They set the pick. Markkanen kicks to Dunn. Shot clock at 6. Changes up and count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Oh yeah, this is a nice run here, but too little too late. And deep down, I think they know it.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. And the rejection by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end. Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin, with Danny Green. And Danny, we know how good a shooter you are, obviously, but you have really incorporated defense into your game. Now, how important is it for you to show up at that end?
Very important. I mean, it helps the team a lot. My job really is come in, bring defense, and a lot of energy.
Well, mission accomplished for you tonight, Danny. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.